Okay, now I am. Okay. So my name is William. Okay. Okay. Today's video is called the the declining power of the post flood volcanoes on Earth. Okay. Now, before we can talk about before we can read the article that's on Instagram, what is the biggest volcano on Earth? Well, I'll show. Well, let me look it up to you. The biggest volcano on Earth is Mauna Loa, and there's also Mauna Kea. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mauna Loa, I would say, is probably the largest volcano in the United States. But if you want to call it, but if you want to know what's the largest volcano in the mainland United States, well, that's just Yellowstone caldera. But yeah, but Mauna Loa is the largest volcano on Earth, and it's still the largest active volcano on Earth anyway. Now, where's Mauna Loa? Well, Mauna Loa is a volcano in Hawaii. I guess you can call Mauna Loa maybe a hypervolcano, but since that's, you know, but that's probably, I guess you can think about it, but that's how big it is. Now, the article I'm reading is not talking about Mauna Loa, but it is talking about Yellowstone caldera. I know a lot of people are worried about Yellowstone caldera erupting, but I don't know that for sure. Yeah, but some people believe the United States of America might get destroyed by nukes. Well, yeah, a lot of Americans do, but what about this? But United States of America also has volcanoes, you know, so that's another scenario. You know, United States of America could get destroyed by the volcanic eruption of Yellowstone caldera. Now, do you think a country will nuke the United States of America when a volcano is when a Yellowstone caldera erupted in the United States of America? I don't know, but that would be pretty dumb for a country to nuke a country where a volcano just erupted, to where a super volcano just erupted. You know, because I think people are just trying to do is try to escape from a volcano eruption. They have to escape from a nuke too. For nuclear explosion as well. And plus, volcanoes are more powerful than nukes, nuclear missiles. So Okay, so this one is okay. So let's go read this article about this because this video is so right here. So the declining power of the post flood volcanoes. Okay, he toucheth the hills and they spoke. That's in Psalm 104, verse 32. Okay, ask a geologist, what is Yellowstone National Park? And you are likely to get the answer. Yellowstone is a gigantic collapsed volcano. There's a new popular visitor center at the national park. The size and scale of the collapsed volcano is so huge that they prevented an earlier generation of geologists from producing ancient explosions which formed Yellowstone's landscape. And by satellite photos and detailed geologic maps, a new generation of geologists have recently outlined an elliptical depression, which is now interrupted by is the caldera. The new collapsed crater structures formed by the extremely explosive volcanic eruption. The collection of structures by 75 by 45 meters, 45 by 28 meters, compresses of one area of the national park. But it's expertly called Yellowstone caldera, but 1,000 cubic meters, about 240 cubic meters. But magna were explicitly excluded of the form surrounding volcanic ash deposits. These deposits are called the Lava Creek Turf in Figure 1. And many testimony of extreme power of the volcanic eruption in Yellowstone. Yellowstone caldera is eclipsed by evidence even larger volcano collapse structure Yellowstone that larger than older caldera, now obscured by later geologic processes, extended from Island Park, eastern Idaho, and eastern central Yellowstone more than 100 kilometers, 60 miles. Its explosion products, called the Huckleberry Ridge, top of Figure 1, formed the eruption of a stunning 2,500 cubic kilometers, 600 cubic miles of magma. Tremendous was involved in the biggest eruptions of Yellowstone. The scaling of the volume shows the biggest Yellowstone eruption was at 3,000 times the 9-hour eruption of Mount St. Helens in May 1980. The biggest Yellowstone eruption was 2 million megatons of TNT equivalent energy, had more than 100 times the energy of the inventory of nuclear weapons, 12,000 megatons of TNT equivalent energy. Can anyone probably Appreciate the colossal size of the biggest volcano eruptions in its form Yellowstone. This distance, your instance of colossal magnitude would be higher from a higher orbit of the space shuttle. Other prosthetic explosive eruptions, as evidenced by some world largest calderas, must have been recognized in the western United States. Let me do this. Okay, so here's are the volcanoes in the western United States. I'm gonna have to look at volcanoes in some other places. I was just looking at something though. I was just looking up something. Anyway, so so this one is late Guarita Caldera, Colorado, huh? At, at 3,000 cubic kilometers. Okay. Amori Caldera, New Mexico, and which is I think about 2,050 cubic kilometers, 1,150 to 2,000 cubic kilometers, and then Bolson Caldera, New Mexico, which is at 1,400 cubic kilometers, and then Long Valley Caldera, California, which is at 600 cubic kilometers. And I heard that, and plus I heard that Long Valley Caldera, California, yeah, Long Valley Caldera is about half as big as Yellowstone Caldera. Yeah, and I live in California anyway, but I live in Ontario, California. Long Valley Caldera is at Mammoth Lakes. Yeah, on the 395 highway, and but it's still far. So because California is pretty big, and then there's Crater Lake, and then there's Crater Lake Caldera in Oregon, about 65 cubic kilometers. And I was born in Salem, Oregon, so. But I live in California, so. The largest explosion eruption is within the last 150 years is Krakatoa in 1883. So Krakatoa, which involved 18 cubic kilometers of magma, which produced the 6-kilometer diameter caldera. For comparison, Mount St. Helens in May 1980 of Washington State produced the crater of a no caldera released within 1 cubic kilometer of magma. Is an earthquake activity of Mammoth, California, may indicate such a magma process of being dipped in Long Valley Caldera, but its activity does not demonstrate the volume for many of ancient explosion process 600 cubic kilometers of Bishop Tuff. Thus, ancient explosive volcanoes have erupted with hundreds to thousands of times energy as power as their modern counterparts. There are two ways of modern evidence of volcanoes explosion of volcanoes. Libertarian geologists have the property of the experience of the present of the say of the Paleocene, but it says too short of the volcanic theory here. Might adopt reasons for procedure of the precisional framework of eruptions that continue to occur in the future, and this will continue is the time actually Yellowstone is happening again. This to happen again, but something I've seen that would be the geologists would continue volcanoes on the Yellowstone. Because, however, I see that volcanoes needs to be explained. Additional efficiency of the data. I'm going to see the Eugenics framework. Instead, the geologists will have to explore explosive explosions in modern times. They need to have longer decline in energy. The power of volcanoes have been compared more to the more distant past. So it's like a framework, and it's against the tectonics immediate following the global event called the global flood. It's the declining power of this time of the seated geologic record. So that's the Mount St. Helens ash right here. Most of my ash right here. Now, the Bishop Tuff from Long Valley. Bishop Tuff from Long Valley, and here is a lava creek from Yellowstone. A ridge tuff from Yellowstone. Okay. And that's how big these are. But now these are the volcanoes here in my home country, United States of America. I wonder where the big volcanoes are. And the country that's big as my home country, United States of America. I'll talk about that after I finish reading. Contemporary research. The figure diagrams on this to the diagram plot the explosive volcanic eruptions in the post-flood period. Diagram shows western North America and illustrates the decline area of the ashfall beds and is defining Columbia explosion at time. And there's a way for a variant of the constructed eruptions of traditions of history includes volcanism. We have to compare the framework of the geologic record of non-explosive volcanism seen in lava flow strata in all continents. But these are largest historic lava flows occurred on Iceland. These are largest being 8-month eruption of Laki in 1783 in Iceland, and 7 kilometers long, 23 kilometers of rustic lava flowed through 2 river valleys, covered in 5 square kilometers. See, for volcanoes, right now that's what understood. But the seafloor lava flows do not appear as the same and they have volumes exceeding a certain record. The ancient strata, however, and extremely large lava flows events. The largest was strata of the Columbia River basalt group, basalt of Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Idaho up here have views of approaching 3,000 cubic kilometers. Even larger lava flows of values of the Siberian traps. Chukottan region of Siberia, Chukottan traps in India, Kagurian province in South Africa, and then Tuga subgroup in northeastern United States. Those energies of ancient lava flow volcanoes appear. They extend 1,000 times from modern counterparts. Again, this is evidence of the catastrophic interpretation of the declining power of the post-flood volcanoes. Okay, so that's talking about volcanoes here in my home country, United States of America. But, what about now? What are the biggest volcanoes in, I'm going to talk about the biggest volcanoes in, what about in a country that's about as big as my home country, United States of America? Yeah. The biggest volcanoes. Come on. I'm trying to make my video, and this stupid guy keeps asking for money here. Okay. Go away. Okay, so you can see is I'm trying to show you the biggest volcanoes in the country that's about as big as my home country, United States of America, which is China. Um, Jugbai Mountain erupted in 1903. Okay, Hong Giritu erupted. It says in Holocene. It says that's an eruption, yeah. And then Jingpo Lake erupted in 520 BC. But it says, go on Google, the biggest volcano in China is the Jingbashan volcano. Okay, the Jingbashan volcano. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and it's in northeastern China. Okay, so yeah. So yeah, boy. So I can say that both the United States of America and the country that's big about the United States of America, which would be China, did have a lot of volcanic eruptions. But a lot of other countries have but there's a lot of other countries that have volcanic eruptions as well. So so that's what we have the experience for. So to me, I believe volcanoes prove the Bible. Okay, whether you like it or not. Okay, and that's what I try to. That's what I believe. Here's how to get saved, anyway. Okay. Okay, the point of evolution is a dam, souls to hell. You go to heaven as we our Lord Jesus Christ. Salvation is by faith on Jesus alone. And once you can't do it's for salvation. And the next video is well, what is supposed to say about Halloween? Because you know, an on holiday. And why do I call it an on holiday? Well, because it's unholy. That's why. A day when you get a day where you're going to get to see unholy things. You know, witches, warlocks, skeletons, all this, satanic stuff. Yeah. I'll talk about that next video. Get goal rights now. So thank you for watching this video. Rejoice, bye. Oh, I forgot to show you something for a minute. So point of evolution is a damn souls to hell. The go is to believe all Lord Jesus Christ is by faith alone. It's the truth. When you can't do this, it's for salvation. And our next video is what does the Bible say about Halloween? Well, on to that next video. We get to go right now. So thank you for watching this video. Rejoice, bye.